Ms. Vickers, could you please call the roll?
Mr. Jason Miller. Mrs. Jamie Cripps.
Present.
Mr. Danny Parkerson.
Present.
Mr. Eric Irvin.
Present.
Mr. Jim Bashirs.
Present.
Mr. Alan Hayes.
Present.
Chairman Sean Tubbs.
Present. The first order of business is to consider and act on the director's contract. Each year, the director's contract has to be evaluated by the 31st day of March. Each board member has filled out a director's evaluation, and these evaluations were then sent to the TSBA, and our scores were tallied. This year's evaluation score was a 4.32, which is almost similar to last year's evaluation. So at this time, we'll enter discussion and suggestions on the director's contract moving forward.
I'll put it out there in the form of a motion. I'll make a motion, we extend it for 2 years.
We have a motion made by Mr. Parkerson. Do I have a second? Okay. We don't have a second. Do we have another motion?
I'll make a motion, we extend it 1 year, as we've been doing in the past.
Okay. We have a motion made for a 1-year extension by Mr. Hayes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second made by Ms. Cripps. Is there any further discussion? Can we have a roll call vote?
Mr. Jim Bashirs.
Yes.
Mrs. Jamie Cripps.
Yes.
Mr. Alan Hayes.
Yes.
Mr. Jason Miller. Mr. Eric Irvin.
Yes.
Mr. Danny Parkerson.
Yes.
Chairman Sean Tubbs.
Yes. That motion passes, and congratulations, Mr. Cripps.
Thank you.
Next item are the consent items. Each board member received their board packet electronically. We also had a short workshop prior to tonight's meeting. Are there any items that anyone wishes to have further discussion or to have pulled?
Can you please pull item E because that camp has been canceled?
Okay. So we're pulling item E. Do we have a motion that we approve the consent items?
Make a motion.
Motion made by Mr. Parkerson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Irvin. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That motion carries. Item number 3 is to consider and act on DCHS football program to add in addition to the press box.
I make a motion to accept it, as long as Coach Trout and Mr. Aaron Young ensure that the press box meets the safety and code regulations.
I have a motion made by Ms. Cripps. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Bashirs. Any further discussion?
What you say about the safety?
Meets safety and code regulations?
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Item number 3 is to consider an act on CTE courses, career cluster.
The courses that are presented before the board, what they will be teaching at the high school next year as far as the CT courses and their program of studies and the sequences that they will be given.
Do I have a motion that we approve?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Ms. Cripps. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hayes. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Item number 5 is to consider an act on the 2024, 2025, and 2025 and 2026 school calendars.
Just the calendars we've heard in the past that parents like when we put our calendars out several years in advance so that they can go ahead and get vacations prepared and that nature. So we have went 2 more years in the future.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion with approval.
Motion made by Mr. Parkinson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Irvin. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Item number 6 is to consider and act on the 2023-24 budget, GP budget, and food service budget.
What we are proposing in this budget is a $3,000 pay raise for certified staff and $2,000 for non-certified, and that's for every individual in the district to get $3,000 or $2,000 pay increase for the next school year.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Motion made by Mr. Irvin. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Bashirs. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. Next is the personnel report from the Director of Schools.
We don't have one right now, but next month will be lengthy, hopefully.
Okay. Number 8, does any other board members have any business that may properly come before the board?
Yeah, I would like to, as we discussed in our workshop, make a motion to try to get it passed by the board, where the running team will, or the DCHS cross-country team can also add that as a track/cross-country team or whatever, instead of having to co-op with Warren County every time for a meet. And so, to my knowledge, we have to get it approved by the board, and then from there it's paperwork with DSSAA. So I'd like to get that, and those girls can run here. If the DeKalb County can get
Okay. He has that in the form of a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Hayes. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? And that motion carries. That motion we dismiss.
Before we
I'm sorry.
dismiss, I do want to bring out that our soccer team won tonight, and this is the first time that they are regional champs. They will be playing this Saturday, and they think the time will be at 6, but that hasn't been nailed down just yet, I don't think. But we want to congratulate the soccer team. That's a great accomplishment. They hadn't done that before.
Still being crossed.
No, they'll be
Here.
playing home.
Any further business? Do I have a motion that we adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Irvin, a second. Second by Mr. Bashirs.